Hey, what's up mga tol? This is Tallfry and today we'll be taking a look at the LooseCollector Collectibles Trese action figure. Now I'll be honest, I had no idea who this character was before the Netflix show came out. Then when I figured out that it was a Filipino adaptation or it was based on Filipino source material, I was like, what? Whoa, okay, maybe I should be interested in that. So I picked up this action figure too when they released the promo images to see if this could be a worthy first Filipino action figure in my collection. So yeah, just a heads up, if I get anything wrong about this character or the terminologies and stuff like that, please don't pitchfork me for it. I really do not know the source material. Taking a look at the packaging now, we can see it has that nice window box packaging showing us what it has inside. It says here also, first ever Trese action figure. Down here we have a nice comic art of Trese herself. Then at the back we also have some beautiful black and white art, which I believe is also from the comics. You have a short read up here. Go ahead and pause it now if you want to read it. Hey, Future Fry here, just now realizing that the names of the accessories are on the back of the box. So, in case anybody still doesn't know, San Telmo is the fire spirit, while Sinag is the dagger. So yeah, my bad, I was really tired. And then at the sides and at the top, you have several reminders of who this character is, in case you easily forget. Barcode down below, and without any more talking, let's get this girl out of the packaging. So, taking a look at the Trese figure now, I gotta say, main colors are black and white. It's pretty simple, but that's how she was designed in the comics or in the source material, so I'm not complaining. It still looks pretty cool. So let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Of the things that I know is like she has, yeah, usual feminine facial features, and with the haircut that kind of symbolizes that she has horns with like some kind of connection to the supernatural. So they got that down. Now, what stands out to me, sort of, is that her eyes seem to be a little too far apart for what I consider to be a little natural. Or maybe that's the point. She's kind of like supernatural. I don't know. It's just a little bit off-putting. She's definitely looking straight. She seems to have some blush on the cheeks and then above her eyes, under her eyebrows. Another thing that kind of stands out is that her flesh tone, it's a little bit soft. You kind of see this in like the promo images of like Mezco figures. Yeah, it just looks a tad too soft and maybe could have used an application of like a thin layer of paint or something. Because here, it just kind of looks a little pale somewhat. Going down, we have this black and white attire, and while I do like the design, there are some execution errors-ish that I can kind of point out. For example, these white lines aren't the cleanest of paint jobs. Sometimes they seep through under like that, and other times they miss the mark and need more white. The material that they used, I feel like it's not the strongest thing. I haven't even played with this too much yet, but the plastic itself seems to peel or flake quite a considerable amount already, even though I haven't done all that much. You see there seems to be a bit of stretching there too, morphing. Even here, by the way, on the skin tone, it seems it has the same softness but also a sort of pinkish reddish tone. Does that mean she like beats people up? Going down, black, black, it's all black. Black with some white line work. It's pretty simple. It's all black, white, standout things, soft flesh tone, and eyes are a little bit too far apart. Plastic material could be better, but then again, this isn't a Hasbro-like company, so I'll give it some leeway. For articulation, she has no neck articulation, so it relies solely on the head. She can look down a good bunch, up just super tiny bit. She has good head tilting, but no side to side because of the lack of neck articulation. And she can look around, of course. Shoulders move all the way up there, which is fantastic because that is a very good range of motion. She has bicep swivels, though if you look closely, the cuts aren't as clean as something you'd see with the other toy lines, even like Marvel Legends. There are some gaps. We have double jointed elbows, which work great on this arm, but on this arm it one part seems to be stuck and I will have to heat it up. The hands can swivel, and there's a hinge for these wrist hands. It's an inside out, but one of the others has an up and down. Diaphragm joint is beautiful. It is smooth. It's not too tight. It has very good tilting, as you can see. Back, forward, really, really good. Really good. They made sure to leave enough space for actual articulation purposes. Now, this part though, the waist part, it actually doesn't move. It's glued on, I believe, and I tried putting a certain amount of force on it, and I do not want to break anything, so I'll just assume that it is purposely glued. Then we have this skirt piece, which kind of gets in the way, but only mainly for side to side, because the kick can move up that far with the 90 degrees, which is really, really good. You have thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which work great. I think if this weren't in the way, she'd be able to kick her own butt. Side, of course, will be hindered somewhat unless you can get it out of the way. Other than that, it still works really great. Moving back is also good. It's a good thing that this is a soft pliable material so that it doesn't get too much in the way of articulation. Ankle hinge is pretty good, really good actually. Rocker, also a really good amount, yeah. And no toe articulation. For accessories, she comes with 3 additional pairs of hands aside from her fists. So the first one are some open palm hands, which also have the red and pinkish shading. Then you also have these grabbing hands, and also you have this knife to come along with it. Sorry if I do not know the name of this weapon. It's just, it does look really cool though. I like the way that it's sculpted, like the shing 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 shing, and also has the vein, the vein in the middle. Yeah, whatever that is, it just looks cool. Okay, and it fits very nicely into her hand. It doesn't feel like a struggle. Just squeeze it in there, just like that. Looks really fine. You can even put it in reverse grip if you want to, like that. And then, last but not least, this isn't a pair, it's just one hand, by the way. But it looks really cool. Actually, this is one of the things that made me want to buy it. It's just this flaming head coming out of a black rectangle, which I guess is supposed to be a phone, but they didn't put any detail on the phone to make it say it's a phone. Flaming skull Ghost Rider crossover. As a last-minute addition from LooseCollector themselves, they also decided to add a free gift. Free gift for the order since it was delayed several times. But yes, thank you so much for giving us 2 of the tiyanaks, these like baby vampire creatures. So with these tiyanaks, I think they look pretty decent. There is an amount of shading and paint application that went to it. I actually don't think their skin tones look as soft as the Trese figures, weirdly enough. So, yeah, they actually do look like actual flesh skin tone. Yeah, they really added enough paint applications to make it look a little bit more realistic. And as you can see, the scary tiyanak face there, looking pretty good. I will have to cover some parts of this figure because, like, I don't want to get canceled by YouTube, especially with the restrictions. They have some greenish, dirtyish looking paint over it, and also some pink highlights to like highlight certain parts of the figure. Then you got those creepy claws, the fangs, and then they are on the usual baby body mold. And for the tiyanak's articulation, he can look around a good much without popping the head, and then very, very minimal up and down. And then last but not least, you also have the arm articulation, which can go up and around. That's it. Legs don't move, toes don't move, torso doesn't move. That's just it. Head and arms. Checking Trese's size, she stands up at just above 6 inches, slightly above, while the tiyanak stands up at about 2 3/4 inches. While I don't have any other Filipino characters, Trese can go well with other supernatural or paranormal beings like the NECA Halloween Kills Michael Myers and the DC Multiverse Spawn, as well as the Marvel Legends Doctor Doom and the SH Figuarts Battle on Titan Doctor Strange. So in conclusion, this Trese figure is definitely unique. I like how it comes with not so common accessories like the flaming skull and the monster babies, but looking at the figure itself, I can't really say that I'm blown away by this. Maybe I'd like it more if I watched the show, and it may not be a Hasbro type company, but considering that I bought this for 2,600 pesos, which is near Figuarts price by the way, I was expecting it to be of better quality. The saving graces are definitely the articulation and the tiyanaks. If those were never included, I would have said this isn't that worth it. But since they were added at no additional cost, I can say that this set is cool for those that want a paranormal character collection, or those who just really love the source material. Here's hoping LooseCollector's future releases knock it out of the park. So what do you guys think? For those that have this figure, what are your thoughts on it? Are you guys fans of Trese, or will this figure make you actually gain interest in the source material? Let me know down below and like and subscribe while you're at it. Share this with your friends and be good people, I guess. I apologize once again if I'm not able to show these tiyanaks in like their full form, you know. It's like they are babies and I just don't want to get away with like showing Patutui and Puet.